Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, like all court cards, can sometimes stand for a person in our lives. If so, if this is the case, the Page of Swords will represent a person who is younger than you. It is likely to have darker hair and brown eyes. Pages often mean a message is coming. Right now, it may not be what you are hoping. The Page of Swords tells us that you may be trying too hard, pushing too fast, or stepping your toes of others. You may need to study the body language of others and consider how well you do or do not accept constructive criticism for others. You're likely to have a great deal of mental and physical energy now. Use it wisely. Career. When we're asking about work, the Page of Swords mean you may soon be dealing with some conflict at work if you love your job. If you're looking for another job, you may need to behave with a great deal of humility in interviews and land the position you've been hoping for, but don't put yourself down. Be careful if you are signing a contract. Love. When we're asking about love, the Page of Swords points to mild conflict. Know that when to push and when to back off. How many fights and discussions are not actually worth having as long as your partner is treating you with respect. Allow your partner to have his or her space. This is important for happiness. If you are single, get out and meet new people. Love does not just come up to you out of nowhere. Money. In relation to money, be careful and do not assume you know more than you do. The Page of Swords can indicate skimming on surface matters. Don't hold back to ask for help from experts if there's even a chance that you don't quite know what you're doing in relation to money. Don't spend too much and you'll take care of it later. Health. When the Page of Swords comes up in relation to health, chances are good that you have been overdoing it, working too hard, and maybe having risky behavior. Give yourself and others around you a break. Your frayed nerves demand it. Silence and rest works wonders. If you started a new workout routine, make sure that this new workout routine is not too stressful of a workout routine. Page of Swords is a person. A person or a childlike person. She is fascinated by the mind. She may love puzzles, chess, and figuring things out. She may spend hours taking apart the phone and putting it all back together. She has a good grasp over the mind and feeling. Page of Swords also carries the sword of justice and will cut right down to the heart of the matter. Like a double-edged sword, it can cut the wrong way. The Page of Swords isn't about vengeance and mean behavior. This person has a tendency to complain and start problems where there doesn't need to be any. Page of Swords can just mean that you're not very happy. Page of Swords as feelings. You may be feeling very defensive about someone or something. If you ask the Page of Swords in a love reading and you ask how so-and-so feels about you, they're not interested. They're analyzing the situation from a distance and seeing whether you or not will have a long-term potential. They are distrustful, careful, and they're not interested romantically. Page of Swords is an event. The Page of Swords can mean that someone is spying on you. They simply like you a lot, or maybe they don't really have their best interest at heart. Page of Swords is a problem. Rushing into a situation without thinking it through clearly, often done in haste, the action could otherwise thwart a situation, making enemies where there need not be. Page of Swords may be too defensive if a counterattack is not a good idea. If you are not the Page of Swords, look around for someone who is creating negative drama. Don't talk to that person anymore. They are looking for a fight. As somebody in your sex life, a Page of Swords is a young man, somebody who's maybe into very visual, and he's somebody that, you know, is really into sexting, and so it's just kind of a young guy with brown hair and brown eyes that's, you know, kind of curious and maybe very visual, and he's just kind of, you know, exploring his sex life a little bit.